Hey everyone, welcome to the solution to Yajilin 10 from Yajilin Yacht, titled Truly Symmetric. Uh, on the constructing side, this is probably my favorite puzzle of the entire set, because the constructing constraint that I worked under for this is absurdly difficult. For every clue, there is a symmetrically placed clue that is exactly the same. And due to the directionality of Yajilin clues, this creates a puzzle that is not fully symmetric in its solution. Uh, it's fairly rare for puzzles to have that kind of property, where you can have that symmetric layout and an asymmetric solution. And this was definitely the puzzle that gave me the most trouble to create from the entire set. It's not to say that others didn't also give me trouble, just that this one gave me the most trouble. With all that said, let's get into the solve. So this one down clue is kind of immediately forced. This one down clue is also immediately forced from the freebie corner. This one left clue is also immediately forced. And this 3 up clue is also forced from the beginning. I started from the 3s in making the puzzle. A quick entrance count shows that this cell must be shaded. This 1 up clue now has only one option remaining. And at this point, you have to look at this the other 3 up clue. There's a shaded cell on each of these 3 dominoes I've just marked. And if I were to shade here, well, as we noted on an earlier puzzle, this one forces at most 1 to be on this line. Therefore, this one cannot be shaded, so the upper 2 must be shaded. Let's follow that up with the freebies, and this cell would fork the line if it were shaded, so it's not. You could also get this from the 1 right clue. Kind of subtle here is that this central construction, the central 2x2, has only 2 possible exits to it, up here and down here. Well, at this point, we must enter this 2x2, so we must also exit the 2x2, and it must be exited from the top, going up like so. If it were not, you can see it would just prematurely close a loop. So again, with this 1 left clue, it's a shaded cell on one of these 2 cells, and if it's here, then, well, you can see some pretty bad things happen to the puzzle. Like, it just won't work. So it's on the left. This 1 up clue now resolves the top corner. This cell over here cannot extend right or down, as it would create a 3rd entrance to this region. So it goes left like so. This 1 down clue already has its shaded cell. And at this point, there's a few different things that you can do, but I think the easiest way of approaching this is with this 1 right clue. We could have done this for a while, but if this is the shaded cell, you can look ahead and see that it would prematurely close the entire loop over here. Therefore, the shaded cell must be the one on the right. But let's say we didn't want to find that. Like, let's just say we didn't want to do that look ahead, and we're not comfortable looking that far ahead. You can approach this more incrementally from this 2 down clue, which has a shaded cell in each of these dominoes. Now, we can get these 2 pretty freely from our bottom domino, and we can get this one very freely from the top domino, where if we shade any of the cells I just marked, one of the dominoes would lose both of its options as shaded cells. Then the other 2 down clue, you can note that if we shade both of these 2 cells, then this would also eliminate both options from this domino of the other 2 down clue. So this cell, at the very least, must be shaded, which can then give this one unshaded. However, kind of tricky is that you can also do an entrance counting step with this 2 down. If you were to shade either of these middle 2, then note that it would create 2 additional entrances to the lower left. The same happens if we do it from the top. This would create 3 entrances to the lower left region on the whole. Therefore, in order to avoid having an odd number of entrances, you must do it like so on the top and bottom to allow only 1 entrance. This will then give another entrance count here, and won't actually give you the 2 down clue, but it's a good step to bear in mind. At this point, I think you do need the 1 right clue. Oh, well, that's a bit silly of me. This one down would actually just immediately force this, and you don't need to do the look ahead at all. It was just a deduction immediately. I'm going to leave that in. I don't care. Uh, anyway, one final entrance count on this 2 down clue, and fork avoidance here, and the puzzle is solved. That is how you solve Yajilin 10 from Yajilin Yacht, truly symmetric. Even if I didn't take the most direct route to get there, as I missed this 1 down clue already being satisfied, I hope that it was, at the very least, still a very instructive solution to step through. This step with the 2 down and allowing only 1 entrance is actually a fairly common medium hard deduction that shows up in a lot of Yajilins, and it's very useful to know about. So until next time, where I'll walk through the solution to Yajilin 11.